Hello, students. Welcome back. This is Mr. Morris. Sorry I'm wearing a mask today, but I'm trying to protect others. I have a little bit of a cold, so I apologize for that in advance. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me, talk okay. Let me know if you have, for the folks who are online, if you can't hear me for whatever reason. I think you can, but if for some reason you can't, just give me a holler. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, so I have already put in the OER module, OER 25 is the soft jaw for a vise. Mr. Morris, what is a soft jaw for a vise? Most of y'all in this class are in a machining class, MAC 161, and you've had to put your workpiece in a vise, correct? Sometimes what happens when you tighten down too tight on the vise, you can put little dimples, scar your workpiece. And then you have to do what? File it out and clean it up, sand it out. Raise your hand if you've done that, where you've tightened down so tight, you've actually scarred your workpiece. Well, the soft jaw is possibly, I'm not sure yet, it might be a project we might consider doing in the spring when we come back from the holidays, okay? All right, so without further ado, you've already taken a picture of the part that we're going to create. I am going to change the number of decimal places. And also I am going to be referring back and forth to my phone. So that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at the drawing on my phone because I do not have a handout to give you. The printer is not working for some reason. All right. So without further ado, go ahead and we're going to select new here. And your screen should look like this, okay? Now, I am going to create two layers. One is the geometry layer or the object lines. The other layer is going to be for dimensions. So just two layers. So up here, can everybody see me? I'm going to go to layer properties here, click on layer properties, and we're going to come over here. There's this first icon right here. Click on this icon. This is create a layer. And you see, when you click on that, look what it says, layer one, right? Well, we're going to hit the backspace here, and we're going to call this, this is called object lines, all capital letters, object lines, because that's what they are, right? That's what they are, and enter. All right. The line type will be continuous, okay? But then the color is going to be white. If you want to change the color, you would just click here and come to this color palette and you would select what other color you wish for your lines. I mean, if you want to, I have no objection. I just got to make sure I can see your drawing when I go to grade it. You're going to send me a PDF of it. But I could select any color here. I could select red, for example, say okay. See that? There's also a number that corresponds to the color. So the number 20 corresponds to the red color. I'm gonna double click on that again because Mr. Morris prefers the white color for the lines. So select okay. All right. Now we're gonna create another layer, please. Click on this icon again right here. This one, click on it. And we'll hit the backspace key and we're gonna call this dimensions, all capital letters. And I am going to use a different color for dimensions, just to be different. Maybe I'll use red here. I'm going to select. Okay. All right, now those are our layers. So when you're drawing your line types, when you're drawing your lines, your geometry that represents your part, you have to make sure that you select this one, object lines. So we're going to do that first. So go ahead and get current. Click on that to get current. See how the check mark moves back and forth between the layers? Just double click. See that? You got to make sure you're current and the object line layer, which I've called white, but you can assign any color you wish. I do not care. We're not going to be working with any special line type, so this is good. And we're just going to accept the default line weight. And I think we're good. We can close out this dialog box. All right. So now we're getting ready to get started. So we're going to pull up the drawing. Again, it's on my phone. And I'm going to start down the lower left-hand corner where you see the 1-inch dimension. Okay. So I'm going to go to line. And I'm going to click, arbitrary location, probably about right here. If you click, notice there's a rubber band effect. We've talked about this. If you want to make the line perfectly horizontal or perfectly vertical, you need to hit the F8 key on your keyboard. All right, now, doing some math here, I'm looking at this drawing. The overall width of this part is 6.375. But those two little notches are 1 inch apiece, so we have to subtract 2 inches. So that means this dimension here is going to be 4.375. Enter. All right. Now, you know that you can zoom in by rotating the scroll wheel. You can hold down the scroll wheel to pan. So you can go ahead and center that however you wish. We have to go up, and that dimension going up here is 0.5. Now we got to make a right turn here, and now we're going to go 1 inch. The line is like following the leader, right? It's following the cursor. And we have to go up. Now we have to do some math again, I think. So what is 1.75 subtract 0.5? Well, that's 1.25. So we're going to make this 1.25. Enter. We're going to come back this way. It's got to be the same distance as this point here coming back. So we're going to go 1 inch. Okay. We're going to go up. Now, we have to do a little bit of math here. What is 3.75 subtract 2.25? That should be 1.50, right? Is my math right? 1.50. We'll find out when we start dimensioning this later if we made any mistakes. I'm going to come this way, and we have to, the thickness of this little tab here that we're getting ready to draw, if we take 5.125 and subtract 4 inches, we can see that that width there for this little tab is going to be 1.125. Okay, then we're going to come down. All right, now I know that we're going to come down the same distance as this point here. Really, a lot of times you can just come over here and touch off on that point, come back. It is 1.5 down. Click, come over this way. Now, what is 4 subtract 2.375? Is that 1.625? Help me out here, is that right? So there's some participation. What is 4 subtract 2.375? Is that 1.625? 1.625, right? 1.625. I'm going to go up now. Look, we can cheat a little bit here. I don't like to use the word cheat, but you can come over and touch off this part, come back, and you can see You know, sometimes if you hold your breath, right there, 1 point click. And we're going to come over this way. It's the same distance as before, which would be 1.125. Enter. Come down, right? We're going to be even with that point. Watch what I'm doing. I'm touching off and I'm coming back. You see that little X? Click. Okay, that means it's the same distance down. Come out this way. We're going to go out here 1 inch. I remember these dimensions from before. I can already see there's a little problem. That's okay. We'll make it work. I can see that I have a little bit of an issue here, but we're going to fix this. Okay. So actually, just do a right click, enter. It's okay to make mistakes sometimes because it helps you go back and reinforce what you didn't learn the first time. Okay. And hang on just a second, trying to get my picture. I missed those little notches there. That's going to be 1.25. So actually, this distance here should be 1.25. I'm going to come down. This dimension here, we said was 1.250. Come back this way. We're going to come back 1. And then we're going to come down, do a click, right click, enter. Now, I know I have a problem because this line right here should be, hang on, 4.375. And I can see that it's not. Okay, I can see that it's not going to be that. So I'm going to trim it for right now. So we made some mistakes. So how do we fix it, Mr. Morris? Well, what we can do is we can type in the word list, and enter, and click on this line here, and then enter. That tells us what our current measurement is for the length of that line. And if you look, it says it's 4.125, and it's supposed to be 4.375. So I'm okay with this point here, but I'm going to erase this line right here. And again, we've messed up pretty good. So I'm gonna come back here, and that's okay. We're gonna click here, and we're gonna go 4.375, enter. Right click, enter. Now, that's where we're supposed to go up 0.5 and 1 inch. Now watch what I'm getting ready to do. Watch carefully, please. I'm going to type in the letter M for move. Okay, and I'm going to enter, and I'm going to select this line, 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 enter, and come over here and grab this point right here. Click, and then come here at this end point, click. All right, now we finally getting somewhere. What happened was earlier, Mr. Morris left out that little, we're supposed to go in 1 inch, and there's like a little notch here. Okay. We have to go up. It looks like it's a 1/2 inch. And then it's a 1/4 inch. All right. So right here, I'm going, if it's okay with you, I'm going to erase this line here. And I'm going to draw a line from this endpoint, and I'm going to go up 0.5. And then I'm gonna come this way, 0.25, if you will, and then enter twice. Okay. Enter twice. Now, I'm gonna I think to be on the safe side, I'm gonna go ahead and erase. Well, I'm gonna draw a line here, going up. So I think we're good right here. That's the part we left out earlier. This little notch here, or yeah, this little tab or corner here. Now I need to type in list again. I need to type in list and click on this line and enter. And it says that's 1.125, and that is correct. So we're good right there. That's 1.125. And then we come down. We're going to come down exactly 3.75 minus 2.250, which is 1.5. And that should still be the same. But yeah, so we'll check it though. We'll type in list, click on this line, enter, and it's 1.5. Good. And I'm just checking everything now. I'm going to type in list again, enter, click on this line, enter, and that's 1.625, which is good. Okay. Now, we're going to come back up. We're going to come back up 1.5. I know this is fine here. All right. But what we have to fix, if I type in list here, enter, and click on this line, enter, you can see it's 1 point. So that's good. So Mr. Morris, what do we have to add? Well, we have to add this little tab here. So what I'm going to do, if it's okay with you, is I'm going to click on line, come over here, click here, and I'm going to draw a construction line like this. Click, enter. All right. Now, the reason why I want to do that, because I know that I need to come out 0.25 and then come straight down. So I'm going to draw another, watch. I'm going to draw another. Actually, what I could do, I can use offset, right? And type in 0.25, enter. And I'm going to click on this line and I'm going to go this way. Click, enter. All right. Now we have to use our trim. So go to trim. And we're going to clean this up very nicely here. You can actually erase all that. All right. Now I think we're in pretty good shape this time. Looking at my drawing here. Sorry about being incorrect. The radius, we have to add a radius on these corners here. We have to add a radius. So we're going to go to right here where it says fillet. See where it says fillet? Make sure it's fillet. Down here at the bottom, it says we have to give a radius first. So you want to type in R, enter, and our radius is going to be 0.5. 0.5, enter. Now click here, enter, click here, enter, click here, enter, click here, enter. I'm going to stop there just for a second and make sure everybody is okay. I'm going to wait here for about a minute so that you can, by the way, I'm going to hit the escape a couple of times. I'm going to leave it just like that for a minute. In fact, I'll put my stopwatch on here. So maybe you're going to get even a little bit more time. About 28 seconds left. All right, we're gave you 1 minute here. So look at the picture that you took, okay? And we have the profile. We have the profile that goes all the way around, okay? We have the profile that goes all the way around. I do notice that we missed a radius here and we missed a radius here. And that radius is supposed to be 0.375. So we have a fillet. We have another fillet. Go to fillet. Type in R for radius. Enter. And type in the fillet radius, which in this case is 0.375. 0.375. Enter. Click here and here. Enter. Click here and here. Enter. Now I think our profile looks pretty good. We do have one more fillet. It's not called a fillet because it's external rounded corner, even though Inventor calls it that, but it's really called a round, ROUND. So we have to go here to hit your escape a couple of times, go back to fillet again, and we're going to type in R for radius, enter, and we're going to type in 0.250, enter. Now watch, click here, here, enter, click here, here, enter. All right, now it's getting better. It's getting better. We need to add some holes here. Okay, we need to add some holes. So I can see that from the left corner to the first hole is 1.875. And then to the second hole, it's 4.5. And the distance up is 1.875 or 1.88 to round it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to well, what we can do here is I'm going to I know that this is 1 inch here. I know that's 1 inch long here. So really I just need to add another 0.875. So watch. Watch what I'm going to do. Watch. Offset, offset, what? The difference between the two, and it's 0.875. I'm going to click on this line and come over, click, enter. All right, now this is going to help me determine where the center point of that circle is going to be. We now need to offset this line, bottom line up 1.188. So offset 1.18. We'll go ahead and type in 0.1875 because I know it's going to round it down. Click here and go up. Click, enter. Now watch. I'm going to type in the word extend, enter, and click on this line, enter, escape. All right, so that looks pretty high up there, but that's where it says it goes. Okay. Let me do a list. Check, do a list. Click on this line, enter, and it sure is 1.1875. So you can just click anywhere. When you do a list, you can just click anywhere on the screen and that menu will go away. Go to circle, go to center diameter, click right here at this point, drag it out, and the diameter of the circles are 0.625. Enter. All right. Now I'm going to get rid of this line. So what is the difference? Well, what we can do now is offset this one, offset this line right here, this vertical line. We can offset it 4.5. 4.5. Enter. Click here, come this way, click, enter. Now we want to, look, we're going to draw a construction line, go to line, we're going to click here, drag it across, click, enter, and I'm going to copy the circle. Look, you can go up here and select copy on the menu bar. What do you want to copy? I'm going to select the circle, enter. I got to give a reference point or a base point. I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to come over here and click on this intersection. Click, enter. All right, now that's good. So I'm going to erase, type in E, enter, and select these construction lines. We no longer need them. All right. Very good. Now we need we need to add some center lines here. Whoops. Yeah, we need to add some center lines and all right. So go up here to annotate. Right here, it says annotate. Come over to center mark. Click on this circle and click on this circle. Now, Mr. Morris just made another mistake because the center mark is actually part of the dimensioning. So that's good to make mistakes. So I'm going to erase these and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But there's, yeah, so we have to change layers. Go back to home. And we want to go to layer properties, go to layer properties right here. And we're going to click on, double click on dimension. Sorry. Okay. So now we're going to be in a different layer, a different color. If you chose a different color, I chose red. So I'm going to go to annotate and I'm going to click on center mark, click here and here. Enter. Now, everything that we do from this point on should be red because we're in a different layer, okay, or whatever color you chose. We need to dimension this just like the figure that I gave you. But I also want to change the number of decimal places. Because this part is not that precise where you have to have 3 decimal places. I'm going to leave it as 2. Okay. Or actually, yeah, 2 decimal places is fine. But I want to practice here just for a minute. Just do me a favor and go to linear dimension right here. Click on linear and just click here, and drag down the dimension. Now I'm looking at this. I've got 4 decimal places. I only want 2. The arrow size actually looks okay, but I'm going to make everything consistent here. I'm going to reduce the text height, the arrow size. I'm going to change the distance, this gap distance here, okay? And I'm also going to change this distance from the tip of the arrow to this point. This is the extension, that distance. We can control that. So what I'll do is I'll leave this one here for reference and we'll go over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you type in DIMTXT and enter, it says it's 0.18. Let's make that 0.125 and then enter. All right, so that takes care of the height of the dim text, okay? You know, this height. the height of the numbers. Okay. Now type in DIMASZ, which is the dimension arrow size. Enter. And we're going to make it 0.125 as well. Enter. Now, this gap here, okay, type in DIMEXO, which is dimension extension offset. This is the offset distance. Enter here, and we're going to put in, right now it's a 16th. Let's make it 0.125 as well. Enter. Type in DIMEXE, which is dimension extension. That's that distance right here. Enter, and we're going to make it 0.125. Enter. Now we're done. Now we should be, now I'm going to show you the difference. Watch. I'm going to dimension from here to here. Now, that's fine. That's fine, but notice that we still have too many decimal places. Too many decimal places. So we're going to change that. All right, type in DDIM, 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 enter. Go to modify, and we're going to go to precision right here, primary units, come down to precision, click on 2 decimal places, select OK, set current, and close. Now, I'm going to erase this dimension because I don't want that dimension anyway. I'm going to erase this one. And I'm going to start dimensioning this just like the picture I gave you earlier. So let's do it. Going to click here, here. You want to make sure your spacing is consistent. All right. You have these dimensions if you took a picture of the part. So far, so good. All right. I've got those dimensions. Now I need to start going up vertically here some. So look here, here. Now, I'm gonna hit the escape here for a minute. You see this 0.5? If you click on that, you can move this, but you can't seem to get back to that point. Hit F8, hit F8, and it will allow you to put it back. And then hit enter, and then escape a couple times. I'm gonna do that again. Look, I clicked on the dimension, I clicked on that little grip, and then I hit the F8 button, and I moved it over here. Click, enter, hit the escape. I did that so I can move the 0.50 in between the arrows. Now we have to put another dimension here, from here to here. That's fine. It's just rounding is what it's doing. It's just rounding. All right, we're making a video here, so that's 3.25. Now, Mr. Morris, it looks like we have another issue. We have another issue because the original dimension was 3.75 and this is 3.25. All right. I believe everything else is still correct. So how do we fix this? What you can do is this, folks. Watch carefully. It's good to make mistakes because you actually learn from your mistakes. I'm going to type in offset, enter. I'm going to type in a dimension. I need a 1/2 inch, so I'm going to type in 0.5. Watch carefully. There's a little, right here, you'll see a little straightaway right there. Click, and I'm going to come up, click, enter. What am I going to do with that line right there? Watch carefully. Type in the letter M for move, enter. Now, what do I want to move? I want to move this. I want to move the arcs, and also make sure you get that little line in the middle there. So this arc, and that little line, this arc, that little line, and this arc. Now watch, enter. I'm going to move this. You see a little triangle up here? That's the midpoint of that little line segment. Click and come up here so you hit the midpoint of that little line segment. Click. All right, now all we have to do is click on the end points of these lines, click on the grip, and then come here and click here, enter again. Click on this one. Oops. Oh, you also have to hit escape. Watch. You click on the end of the line, click on the grip, click on this endpoint, click, enter, escape. You might have to escape twice. Click here, click on the grip, move up, click on the endpoint, enter, hit escape. You might have to do it twice. Click here, click on this grip, come up on the endpoint, click, enter, hit the escape a couple times. Now, notice that my dimension automatically updated, but I can erase it and put it back in there if it's not correct. Click here, right here, enter. All right, now we have some other dimensions that we have to add here. We need to add the dimension of the hole, and I'm going to do this differently than I did before. If you look at the drawing I gave you, I'm going to do it differently. Come up here where it says linear, arrow down and select diameter. Now watch, click right here and just bring it down off of the part. Do not leave it on the part. Click there, okay? That's good. Now we're gonna do another one. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna make this radius. Arrow down here and select radius and click here. Look, click and drag your radius. Now, notice it's sometimes it's difficult to control. If it's doing those arcs, I would not do that. I would try to move this so your leader looks like that. Click. All right. Hit the escape. That takes care of this arc and this one. We can come back in here and we can do it now. Just double click on this. And I'm trying to, it's not going to let me do it. Hit explode, type in the word explode. Enter, click on the dimension, enter, type in DD edit, enter, click on this. Now it will let me, if I click here and enter, and I'm gonna type in 2x, then click anywhere on the screen, hit escape a couple times. The reason I did that because we have two of those arcs. We have one here, we have one here. We also have the same thing here, but if I don't dimension this, it's understood to be the same dimension in this case. It's probably best to say 2 times here, but we'll come back to that. See. Well, I tell you what. Go ahead and type in the word explode, enter, click on the dimension, enter. Now type in DD edit, enter, click on the text. Now position your cursor at the end. It's a little tricky for me. I don't know why I have so much trouble, but I do trying to get that. You can move your arrow on the keyboard. Enter, type in 2x. That should be a capital X. Click anywhere on the screen, click anywhere on the screen, escape a couple times. There you go. All right. So we have some more, right? We have this one here that we have to do, and we have this one here. But I'm going to take a break from the radii dimensions for just a moment. And I'm going to come back in here and start putting some more linear dimensions. I put one there. Look. Click here. I'm going to click right on. I'm going to type in the word near. Type in the word near, N-E-A-R, enter, and click about right there, and that's better. Enter, or click the mouse. Got to put another one on here. Let's see. Click here and here. Then we got another one here to here. Another one. Click here to here. It's rounding, so don't worry if your dimension's off a little bit. Now we have to put the radius dimension for this, and then the radius dimension for this, and then put our name and stuff here, and draw a quick border around it. And then we're going to plot it and save it, and you're going to submit it. All right, so come here where it says linear, and click on radius. Click here. And I'm going to drag it out about right there. Click. And we can explode that. Explode, enter. Click on it. Enter. Type in DD edit. Enter. Click on the dimension. And again, I'm trying to, what you can do is hit the arrow keys on the, and then enter. And we'll say 2x. Enter, escape. Okay. May, are we missing any? We have all of them. Oh, we are missing one. We're missing this radius here. I'm going to just go to radius, click here. And I like, see, I don't like to do this or this. What I like to do is zoom in with the scroll wheel and make it cross right there. All right. We can explode this. We can explode this. Enter, DD edit. Enter, click on the text, and we'll hit the arrow key over. And I'm not going to hit enter this time. I'm just going to put 2x. Now I can see that it shifted some. All I got to do is click on the text, and I can click on that grip, and I can move it over some. Click right there. Hit the escape. All right, I'm hoping that you're getting something that closely resembles this. We did review layers today. we reviewed how to create the object lines. Mr. Morris made some mistakes, but the good thing about my mistakes is I also showed you how to correct it. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to come down this lower left-hand corner, and I want you to go to, it says multi-line text. Click on multi-line text and do it twice, multi-line text. Come down here and click here. And you're going to drag out this little box, click, and we're going to type in the name of this, all capital letters. We are going to change the text scale. Just keep typing. Don't worry. I'll show you how to fix this. And today is December 3rd, 24. You can click anywhere on this on the screen. Now, click on this, double click on this, and you can grab this, look, and you can pull it over this way some, and then click. And that's exactly what I didn't want to do. So I'm gonna undo here. I want to grab that arrow there. This one. All right, that's what I wanted to do. All right, see how big this? It's about twice the height of this. These numbers here. So what we can do is I can type in the word scale, enter, and then click here and drag a window around all of this. Click, enter. Now it wants me to specify a base point. It could be anywhere. I'm going to specify, well, right there is fine. And we're going to type in 0.5, enter. Now, that looks better. I'm going to move this. Does he not realize that I'm making a video? All right, now we're going to put, if you're at this point, you've done really well. I'm going to go up here to home. And when you start working for a company, they're going to have their own templates, their own title blocks, things like this, and borders. I haven't got too heavily into that because that's going to change based on where you go work. So for right now, just go up here to rectangle, click on rectangle, and I'm going to try to maximize the size. Now, we have to make it, I'm okay with leaving it in red. Okay. I think that's good. So we need to save this. We haven't saved it yet. We should have saved it earlier, but we have not. So come up here, file, save as. We're going to call this OER 25 soft jaws for Vise. Save. So that's the CAD, that's the DWG. But now we have to save a PDF, right? So we're going to go to File, Export as a PDF. Cancel. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. Here's what I really wanted to do. Mr. Morris is making mistakes today. Type in PLOT, which is plot, enter. the plotter name here, arrow down, and we're going to select AutoCAD PDF right here, this one, AutoCAD PDF. And then the size of the paper is size A, window, select window. We're going to click here, center the plot, preview, and there you go. Enter and select OK. And there's your file name. Make sure you file it where you can find it. So you're going to submit it here shortly or when you can. So save. Now, it concerns me that I don't see the white letters. What we could do, I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let me go back. Yeah, that's very odd. Click on this tab right here. I want to get out of this. Hit the minus sign here, minimize. What I'm going to do, I'm not sure why it's doing that. It should allow us to, did yours show up? All right, it's probably something I did. I'm gonna do this again. Please forget plot. I'm gonna go to the name of the plotter. I'm gonna go to this time AutoCAD PDF high quality print. I'm gonna display. I'm gonna select window. Click here. Click here. Center the plot. Do a preview. There it is this time. I don't know what happened, but it's there. Enter and say okay. Make sure you know where you're saving it because you're going to need to go find it to submit it in Canvas. Save. Yes. Okay. I know this is not what it turned out. It's actually better than this. So I'm going to stop the share here. Thank you for putting up with my cold today. At this time, you can go ahead and you can finish this up and then submit it. So let me go ahead and stop my share here. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording first. So I've already stopped the share. Stop the record. Y'all have a good day. We'll stop the recording.